Okay, so good morning and good evening and good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back in today's class. Today we are on the day number 2 for our class of the ServiceNow techno-functional training. So yesterday we discussed about the ITL. What is ITL, service, value, practices, kind of things we discuss. That give us a base that how the industry actually work. Okay. Today we are going to be start our main agenda, main topic, that is ServiceNow, for which this training has been organized. Before I go for the actual discussions of ServiceNow, how many of you is using WhatsApp? Come on, Atul, everybody is using WhatsApp.
Right.
Okay. What we can do in WhatsApp?
Messaging, video calls,
Okay. What else?
status.
Status. What else?
Business.
Business. What
Now,
else?
the new feature is enabled wherein you can even transfer money or
Money. Right.
send money like
Im-
UPIs.
Images, videos, GIF images, kind of things. Call, chat, everything you can do. Okay, good. So what do you think? What is WhatsApp actually?
It's a medium.
It's a
Messenger.
it's a medium.
Media.
Acha, ठीक है. Let's come to our little bit industry perspective. Okay, how many of we use MS Office? Almost everybody.
Everyone.
PowerPoint, Word file. If you are very good in MS Office, you definitely use MS Access as well for the database purpose, some kind of a query builder, these things. Now, if I say, or if I ask, what all these things, MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, again, maybe someone can say, so it's a medium. Okay. Let's take another example. Everybody has a mobile phone. What is the purpose of mobile phone? Making a call, receiving a call, sending SMS, then receiving SMS. Now, if I conclude these three examples in a word, one word, I can say these all are the tools. Okay, these all are the tools. WhatsApp is for the communication, mobile phone is again for the communication, MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint is again for the writing the things and making your presentations or calculations kind of things. It means these are the tool for me, and in a single tool I have a multiple features. Again, let's take examples of WhatsApp. In the beginning, when WhatsApp has been developed, built and launched, people just able to send messages on the WhatsApp. Fine. Time passes, maturity has been done, innovation has been come. WhatsApp is started using for the sending photographs as well, then videos as well. Then now you can make a voice call, video call. Then in the voice call, video call, you can do the group call as well. Then after that it come and you can go for the money transfer as well. Now you can conduct poll as well. You can make the community as well. So if I say WhatsApp is just a tool for me, so these are called the modules for me. WhatsApp is an application. Don't say it's an app, so I'm saying application. For me, these things are application. Either you take example of online banking, either you take example of MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, MS Access, Teams, Skype, chat, anything you can pick up, it can be application for me. Application has a multiple features. Now the question come, Atul, how these are related to our work. So yesterday when we were going through our discussion of the ITL, and in ITL we are going through the practices, we see that incident management, change management, problem management, request management, user management, risk management was there. Okay, but before that, let me put one more example. How many of you experience the landline phone in your home? Either it's a ring dial pad or normal square dial pad. How many of you experience that part? At least I experience. Okay. Now tell me, before these mobiles come into the picture, how people store the mobile numbers? Oh, sorry, how people store the contact numbers?
It was in a
Direct.
diary, written in
It
a
was,
diary book.
and where you keep the diary?
Phone book.
Under
Neck,
the mobile phone,
neck phone book, and yes.
near to phone or near to table or under the mobile under that telephone, right? Now, why this diary has been used? Because in the beginning, when this revolution was happening, only 2 or 3 people has a phone in a complete colony, or I can say in a big area. It is easy to remember the numbers. Then, as the development has been done, people are getting mature. People start putting telephone at their houses. So now if you say approximately out of 10, 8 or 7 houses have their own telephone. Now it becomes difficult for the people to remember the contact numbers. So they start they start using the diaries. I still remember that in my house, there are there still diary exist. It has a lot of old numbers because we are not able to remember the everybody's number. So my parents start putting numbers in that particular diary. Then in the diary industry or then the stationery industry, a revolution came. Earlier it was just a plain diary. Then it came with the alphabetically diaries. A for a few pages, B for a few pages, C for a few pages. Then people think, no, no, let's put one more section, birthday and anniversaries as well in the diaries. So that if you pick up the phone, if you search for the number, you can see, oh, today's anniversary or today's the birthday. Okay. Now the point come, Atul, theek hai, that's all fine. We know everything. But why these concepts are required for understanding? The point is that ServiceNow is a tool which help you to store your data and go through a life cycle. Take example, I purchased a shirt 2 years back. It was a good shirt for me, a branded shirt, even though I don't like this branded, but I take that one. I wear it for the 2 years. Now it's getting old. I asked my mom if anybody is required, you can hand over to the t-shirt to anybody else or the shirt to anybody else. It means the life cycle has been over from my side. But till the time that the shirt in a good condition, it get proper cycle. Every one day, the day I wear, after that it go for the wash, it go for the iron, it go in my cupboard, and then on the day if I require, I'll wear it, and then the same life cycle has been done. So in short, if I say the data which you're seeing, the data which you're managing, the data you're using it, you need a place to store that part. And that is in the ServiceNow tool. So when people find it's a problem for remember 5, 7, 10, 20, 30, 40 contact numbers, they start using the diaries. Okay. Now tell me clearly how many of you actually remember 10 contact numbers in your mind without seeing your mobile phone? I doubt that anybody of us remember at least everybody's mobile number in the family as well. I know my mother's mobile number, I know my father and my wife. I don't know the number of my sister as well. It's safe. I know the last ending numbers are there. It means the mobile phone take a place and start keeping the things in a place in a particular area. So your diary data has been moved from paper to the digital world. Now, if you go some other city, you just update the name or the number. Okay, this number has been this particular person. Now I know that upcoming month someone is birthday, so I start saving birthday as well in my mobile phone. What actually I'm doing? I'm doing data management. First, I create the data, then I use the data, and let's say after this class, people say, okay, let's remove Atul contact number. It's not required anymore. Maybe you guys delete my number from your mobile phone as well. So you eliminating that number. So in short, if I say we need to be understand ServiceNow is a tool which use to store the data, to manage the data, and to work with this data. Now, if I say only this is the definition of ServiceNow, no, it is not the same. It has a lot of things more in that part. Okay, and now we are going to be discuss little bit more depth in ServiceNow. I was going through one video. Let me see if I can find out here. Go check this video. It's an official ServiceNow website. ServiceNow blogs. What ServiceNow can do. Yes. If this is the one or not. There's a video which has been created by ServiceNow, and they asking to their employees what ServiceNow can do. And believe me, when I was going through that particular video, many people means all the employees to whom they'll be asking this question, they get confused that what ServiceNow can do for them. I'm not praising it. I'm not selling it. I'm just telling that how you can know that what ServiceNow do for everybody. Okay, let me see if I can find out from my memories. ServiceNow blogs. Let me see here. Because someone pinged me this this link. If this page works, then it's good. No. Maybe you need to find out something like this. It's ServiceNow blogs 2023, and you will find this video in that particular part. Okay, now let's come here. Now, if I say we use Excel sheet. Okay. Earlier, approximately 3 or 4 years back, everybody need to be install the thick client on their laptop or the desktop. If you want to use the MS Word, you have to be install a software, MS Office. But now it is all cloud. Maybe the question comes, Atul, what do you mean by the word cloud here? In simple or layman language, I can say when your data is not physically stored at a single place, it's somewhere in the other places. It's a cloud, I can say. Let me try to be a little bit define this part as per my understanding. Okay, when I started my IT journey, we were allocated with the desktops, a heavy CPU, and then we have a monitor. But in the last 1 or 2 years, when anybody join a company, they get a desktop and they just get a very small piece of CPU, because in that CPU there's no hardware, so no hard disk, or hard disk with the minimum storage. Rest the storage is on the cloud. This is what means the data is stored somewhere else but not in your system. This is what the cloud system says. Like can someone tell me where is the Gmail data has been stored? In which server? In which place? Is it in your phone? No. It is in hard disk? No. Then where the Gmail data has been stored? If you are using the Telegram, that again another application. If you notice that Telegram did not store anything on your mobile phone, it stored everything on the server. Server means something on the cloud, I can say they are storing. So now why this concept is required? Because this is going to be base for the ServiceNow. So now what is ServiceNow? Number one, ServiceNow is a company as well as ServiceNow is a tool, is a product which is available in market, and it is a cloud based software. Means if I purchase ServiceNow for my customer, it means the actual data will be stored somewhere else, not in the my premises. Okay, now maybe I can say what do you mean by word my premises? Okay, so there's a two concepts. One is called the on-premise and one is called the cloud. I give one example and it's a practical example. I was implementing ServiceNow for one of the customer. In the initial discussion, customer has one requirement. It was my Indian customer only. They have one requirement that my data should not go outside India because they are dealing in the some credit cards and the share market. Now I have no choice. They want to use the service. Now my manager says we want this deal. I said, but boss, they are not ready to take a service now because service now data centers are not in India. I'll come. Maybe you have you have a question. No, it is in India. Yes, it is. But I can say not the primary data center in India. It's all the secondary data centers. So in this case, I ask my customer, are you okay to bear the cost if I install the service now? Install means if I put the service now in your own servers only. That is called the on-premises. So maybe if I give example, if you are keeping your jewelry, if you're keeping your cash in one of the wardrobe in your home, it is a on-premises. And once if you're keeping your jewelry, if you're keeping your cash in the bank locker, it is a cloud, I can say as of now. Just understand this part. It belongs to you, but it has been safe and managed by some other person. Now
It's
again,
physical data centers and
correct,
virtual cloud. Yeah.
correct. So virtual means it's a cloud. But if you ask me practically, I don't think there's something exists called the cloud. It is some again a servers. It's some databases, but some other places. Maybe it's centralized one or something else, but it's something like that only. Maybe the hard disk size has been a lot increased a lot. The calculation, the indexing has been improved, but according to me, it is still a physical one. But it is not in your system. There is a simple crunch here. So now when I say what is ServiceNow, earlier ServiceNow was SaaS and PaaS, but now it is a PaaS. PaaS. It means application platform as a service. They're not selling ServiceNow as a software. No, they're selling ServiceNow as an application. WhatsApp is what? WhatsApp is an application. It's not a software. MS Office is not a software. It's an application. So like in the yesterday discussion, when we notice that ITIL 4 changed the concepts of ITIL v3. Instead of process, they start calling practices. The work is still same, but the intention and the way is little different. So in the same manner, now ServiceNow has been PaaS. Now, maybe Pulkit has a question. Atul, what do you mean the word application? And what do you mean the word platform? Okay, let me give you example here. Okay, I want to build a house. I go to a real estate agent. Kunal, just give 1 minute. I'll come back to you. Okay, and I ask that boss, I want to build a house. He said, okay, sir, you can buy this land and you can build it on the top of that. This is what I can say. It's a platform as a service. You are buying the land. You are not changing the architecture of the land. You're not changing the behavior of the land. You are just using the land and making your own application on the top of that. Now you make a house, you make a garage, you make a farm, you make a swimming pool, you make a shop. It doesn't matter to me. I'm giving you the platform. Second thing, application as a service. If I ask this question, can you make a change in a Gmail as an application? Can you add one more button in that application in the Gmail? No, we cannot. You can change the theme, you can change the color, you can change the conversation view or the whole view or the concepts view kind of things, but you cannot add, not you, even we cannot add any new button in that particular application. It means someone selling to me and I'm using as it is. This is what application as a service I can say here. Okay. Yes, Kunal, question.
Atul, if we consider earlier it was a SaaS or a PaaS, means they are giving the land and we are building as it is required, modifying. Now, since you mentioned that ServiceNow is selling or giving it as a application as a platform, we can make the changes. So
application platform as a service. It's a combined word. If you see here, it's application platform as a service. So either you use as an application, either you use as a platform, or if you want to combine it and do you want to make it your own, you can use it.
Okay. That was my confusion. Thank you.
So there's a no and here. It's not
basically it says that we can build applications on top of the platform that they are providing as a service.
I will say not on the top of. With the help of the application, you can build. Okay. When you say on the top of means you are discarding the behavior which is given by application. I'm saying with the help of the applications or the given behavior, I want to build my own application and we will build it. We will build it. Okay. So this is what ServiceNow says. In the current, yes, go ahead. Any question?
Sorry, Atul. So what we can understand, if means within the certain boundaries that is limited by the ServiceNow, we can build on top of that, right?
Let's not use the word on top of that. Let's say with the help of the ServiceNow.
Okay. With the boundaries which they provided.
Yes. And see, remember one more thing. And it is a practical scenario. It happened with you as well in your career. Sometime when you go to the customer side and customers say, can I do this thing in the ServiceNow? Can I do this thing in the ServiceNow? Can I do this thing in the ServiceNow? You will say no. Now the customer says, hey, come on. You told me when you're selling or when you're making this business case, you told me that you can do anything in the ServiceNow. In that case, how you protect yourself or how you defend yourself? It is a practical example. I tell you, when these situations happen, actually, I was migrating one of the customer from Remedy to ServiceNow. Okay. Somehow the person before me or the sales or pre-sales guy promised that you will get as it is, which is available in Remedy, you'll get in the ServiceNow as well. Okay, I joined the company in after that only. Now, when I go to the UAT phase, customer asks, Atul, can you configure this thing for me? Can you configure this thing for me? I said no. Okay, one rejection. He was keep quiet. Another point, he says, can you make a change on this application for me? I said no. Then he was getting furious. Your guy says that this can be done. It is a as is migration. And you are saying no to me. In that case, we have to be answered very carefully. And what I answered that, see, ServiceNow is a tool and every tool has its own limitation. And you can consider this as a limitation or you can consider this as an absence of a feature as of now. Maybe in the future, ServiceNow build this functionality and things can be sorted out. Because when people start comparing two tools, these things always come into the picture. And being a ServiceNow learner, being a ServiceNow professional, it's my responsibility to protect and defense for my tool which I'm supporting. At some time I say yes, it is you're right that ServiceNow is not good in that area. That's fine. We have to be accepted because it's not good. As per the experience, as per the practical scenarios, as per the customer testimonials, we came to know that ServiceNow is not good in that areas. But it doesn't mean that it cannot work for you. So you have to be, if you are changing the tool, you have to be changing mindset as well. This is what the prime role of a business analyst. See, when I say you are a business analyst, you're not implementing a tool. You're changing the mindsets of the people as well. If you will not have a confidence on the tool, then how you will build a confidence for the other people? This is what important here. Now, approximately when I started my ServiceNow journey in 2014 somewhere, okay, it was said that ServiceNow is just a ticketing tool. And that time getting entry into ServiceNow is very easy. If you know incident change problem, people say you know everything in ServiceNow. But now it's not a case. I'll give you an example. If anybody is using the iPhone and they are the good follower of the iPhone, so they know that from iPhone 4 or 5 till the iPhone 14, 13 or 14, how many changes has been done in iPhone? Battery, screen, camera, audio, video, recordings, photographs, a lot of things has been changed. It means the iPhone which exists approximately 8 or 9 years back has no value now. It has been completely changed. And people spend time to understand that how to operate iPhone. At least I need a time to know that how to operate iPhone because I never use iPhone in my life. In the same manner, in 2014, 13, 14, it was just a ticketing tool because it has just only 2 or 3 major modules: incident, change, problem, request, CMDB, knowledge, and all the things. People are using it. But now, if someone say you, hey, ServiceNow is just a ticketing tool, you should put a big facts in front of that guy. Examples, what you want to achieve in your business. You want to use ServiceNow for your IT people, you can use. You want to use ServiceNow for your customers, you can use. You want to use your ServiceNow for your projects management, you can use. You want to use ServiceNow for your development part, agile, testing, you can use. And if you want to use ServiceNow for the compliance, controls, policies, objectives, you can use. So now it is a big ocean. When people speak to me for some other cases, I simply say it is not a ticketing tool anymore. It is a very, 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 very big ocean. And surprising part, from this training, you are just get to know about 5 or 7% of this ocean. Still 90-95% is still there. And in my understanding, in my experience, in my known area, I don't know anybody who know or who can say confidently, yes, I know everything in ServiceNow. Very tough to say this part because it is too vast nowadays. And these things called the capabilities of ServiceNow, for which we are going to be discussed in the depth. Now let me come here. ServiceNow, like iPhone has been started its journey. Say, don't take it personally that I'm using the iPhone as an example. It's just for the purpose only. Okay, iPhone has iPhone 1, 2, or let's say Windows. In the beginning, we have a DOS based system, MS-DOS. Then we have Windows 90, 95, 98, 2000, XP, 2001, 3, 11, 16, and now we have a, I guess, Windows 20 or something is, I even don't remember it, but we have a latest one. And every time Microsoft, when they launch the Windows, new Windows, they upgrade it. In the same manner, ServiceNow has a big history. I'm not sure that how many of you know that ServiceNow has these many releases as well. People know from SPN, but people don't know about these things. These things, only those people know who start working in ServiceNow domain from in these areas only, in this time period. Now let me put time for you guys. Check this slide and tell me what you are able to conclude by seeing this slide. What do you think? What you are able to conclude?
Name of the
Is it
cities.
Name it as a city. Okay.
Versions are different, like Aspen, Berlin, then 13, uh, Calgary, right?
2 upgrades per year.
there's an
Two release per year.
alphabetical
Alphabetical
city or
city.
cities names, or that's how
Okay.
the service now goes ahead with their versions based on the
Okay.
alphabetical cities. That's the thing.
Okay.
And I started from Kingston. Yep.
Okay. Good. So now something is very clear from by seeing this pattern that if I go by era of this, somewhere this, we can say that every year ServiceNow releases two version in that particular year. In financial year, they release one latest version. Here you can see little difference. SPN January, then July, then Calgary February, Dublin November, Eureka May, then nothing else in the 14. Then 15 to 16 again 1. 17 to 18 to 19 to 20 to 21 to 22 to. So I started my journey somewhere in this release, Calgary. Calgary, Eureka, and Fuji I use in this place. So I have a customer who are using the Calgary and they're migrating from Calgary to the Eureka. So I'm starting my journey from this time period. So now you can see that approximately if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, and if I say this 10, till the date, ServiceNow has a 30 major releases. And now you will be surprised to know ServiceNow is already out the name of the upcoming release as well. So we are on the Tokyo. Next in March, it's coming Utah. In August or September, it's coming Vancouver, and then 2024, it's coming Washington, DC. Now people has a question. What about after W? X, Y, Z? Will Z will be the last release of ServiceNow? If yes, then how ServiceNow is going to be capture the market? If no, then what will be the name after Z? But still the question mark is there that what is the name of X, Y, and Z? Try something on the Google. If you find some answer, let's discuss it. But one thing is important by seeing this, that every year ServiceNow release ServiceNow launch two releases per year. And ServiceNow support only N-1 to their customer. So like now Tokyo is unavailable in the market. So ServiceNow supporting up to San Diego. If you are or your customer is on the Rome or Quebec, it is a high risk to your instances, and ServiceNow may charge the support amount as well because it is not as per their standard practice. So what this mean actually? So what this mean that ServiceNow recommend to their customer that boss, if I am moving to the latest technologies, latest enhancements, then you should also move to the latest enhancements or the latest releases. But if I say, Deepak, can you do a renovation of your home after every 6 months? Atul, come on, it's required a lot of efforts. It requires a lot of money and it's a risk as well. But yes, I can do the upgrade. I can do the renovation after 1 year because in a 1 year things get changed. My kid is getting younger now. He need a good room. He need a new theme and all the things will be there. That is the reason that customers did not recommend to move to the latest version immediately. But there are few companies like Deloitte, Accenture, KPMG, and few more who are the gold partner and the sponsor of ServiceNow. As soon as ServiceNow launch this release as an early bird, they get the first option to upgrade their instances. Remember, I'm using a word called the upgrade, not update. It is a difference. Upgrade means when you are changing the ServiceNow family from San Diego to the Tokyo, it is an upgrade. If you are installing a patch of the Tokyo, it is an update. So from here to here, it's an upgrade. But if you're doing something here, it is a update only. This thing is important for us as a consultant because we have to drive the upgrade process of the ServiceNow. So I participate with my team in the ServiceNow upgrades. We have a separate topic in the discussion. We'll discuss in depth. Now, if I say, I mean, if you're using the Amazon or Netflix or the Flipkart, Myntra, any of the e-commerce website or the OTT platform, Atul, everybody is using. Definitely how you can use, because you created your user account in that. People like me, not like much Amazon or the Netflix, so I'm using the free version. But maybe people like Kunal or maybe Ashish who are very big fan of fictions, movies or these things, they're using the paid things. Netflix subscription they have, Amazon subscription they have. What this means? That to access any tool, we need a user account. Now let me come here and give a little differentiation on this part. To access ServiceNow, I'm sure that Pulkit or maybe Sushmita or maybe Priyanka is little frustrated. Atul, from the last 2 days you are saying ServiceNow, but how the ServiceNow look like? Just give me one more day. I'll show you that part. Maybe by Thursday we will go to the ServiceNow login. Okay, so if you are logging into Amazon or maybe Flipkart, maybe Myntra, maybe any other website without paying any amount, then you can watch only content which is freely available. You can raise any incident if you're facing some issue, or you can go through some knowledge articles. What is knowledge article? Something which is available on the website. Let me see. Let's say I purchase a new MS or the Microsoft this thing Notebook 4, and I don't know that how to install or how to configure the MS Office. So I put MS O365 install. So now if I go here and I click here, this is what you'll be getting. These are the knowledge articles. Means it is not written by me. It is written by someone who is sitting in the Microsoft company. It is written by that guy or that lady, and I'm using it for my purpose. Now you can see and you can check, OK, do this thing, do this thing, do this thing, and my work done or not. So it means in ServiceNow, when we use the word called end user, it means that user don't require any license. And this is one of the questions which can come in the CS exam. That being an end user, what you can do, you can check the home pages, you can read the knowledge article, and you can raise a request or an incident from the portal. OK, so it means if I'm a service provider and I'm selling or I sold this ServiceNow instance to Deepak and Ravish as a company, and Pulkit and Sushmita is their customer. So maybe Sushmita just want to raise a request. She don't want to be used to approve anything. Then Sushmita account will be created as a non-licensed. One thing important for everybody before you ask this point. As of now, there is no written document you will get officially on any of the website, any of the blog, which talk about that how much ServiceNow charge for the licenses. And please don't ask this question in the class as well, because I am not aware about these things and we're not authorized to discuss this part as well. Okay, I also tried to search about these things. At last, I got only one reply. If you want to know about the licensing part, that how much ServiceNow charge for per license, per user, per module, it is a discussion between your account manager and the ServiceNow sales guy. When this discussion happen, both of the party have to be signed the NDA, non-disclosure agreement. So you tried anything on the Google, any keyword you tried, but you will not find that how much ServiceNow charging for the licensing cost. So there's a no point that we will discuss in our class as well. So now the question come, one thing is fine. Atul, if anybody who don't have a license, now the question come how this licensing look like. It is a paper based, is it digital, how? In ServiceNow, if you go, you will not find the word license anywhere. You will find the word called the role. If you have a role, then you can access. Let me give you an example. Let's say there's a party at Ravi's house. Okay, he's celebrating his anniversary and he invited everybody. Hey guys, please come. There is a party at my house. Okay, now being as a trainer, he greeted me very well. Oh, Atul, you came. You can go inside and you can take a rest if you want to fresh up and all the things. He allowed me to go into his bedroom and I can use the washroom if I want to get fresh up. But rest people are not allowed to do this part. Why? Because I have a special role on me, which you don't have. It means it is very much clear here that in ServiceNow, if you are able to see any application or module or the fields or the circumstances or the reports or the dashboards, it's all depend on your role which has been assigned to you. We will see this example that what this mean here, how this role work. But as of now, let's understand that it is a role-based system. If you have a role, then fine. If you don't have a role, then you cannot do anything. This is the first type of license required in the ServiceNow. Second part, that is called the ITIL license. I'm not going to discuss this approve or deny because that is not much required. Okay. So the second is the ITIL license. This license has been given to those users who need to work on any kind of a record, mainly incident, change, problem, request, or knowledge. Let's say, like the example we pick up yesterday, let's say Deepak has a problem with the internet. He is a call, he called to the customer care and customer care executive says, okay, sir, let me take a complaint on your behalf. And after 30-40 minutes, after 10 minutes, he got a message. Hello, Mr. Deepak, your query is in progress. After 10 minutes, he got another message. If you're about to resolve your query, give us 5 more minutes. After 10 minutes, he got another message. Your query has been resolved. Please try your internet now. Now, there is someone who is working in the background, who is making changes in all these things. Let's take example of that diary one, telephone diary. When we were kid, we are not allowed to make any changes in that diary because that time there was no screen available on the telephone. And maybe you dial some wrong number, some other else will pick up. So who can make a change? Parents can make a change. It means they are the one who is authorized to do that changes. They are one. Parents are one who are allowed to remove or cut any name. They're allowed to add any name. They're allowed to update any name, any number, any contact, any address. This is what the ITL role in ServiceNow work. It is a topmost role I can say as of now. Because if I give a ITL role, you can change or you can run the life cycle of a record. But giving the ITL role doesn't mean that you can do anything in ServiceNow. No, it comes with some restrictions. when I get younger in my age, when I was in 8th or 9th or 10th, then my parents allow me, okay, you go and cut down this number in the diary and you can make change there. Don't cut, just put asterisk and write the new number. It means he's not giving, my father did not give me deletion right. He give me only updation rights. This is what the ITIL role. And remember, when a user has an ITIL role, he can see a lot of things which a other user who don't have an ITIL role cannot see. And on the top of that, one more role exists that is called the admin role. A role which can do anything in ServiceNow. Update, delete, any operation it can do. So when we do the practice in our class, everybody will getting a admin role because we need to be update. We have to make such changes. We have to be create new tables and all the things which you cannot do with the help of the ITIL role. But we will do the practice that how the ITIL role and the admin role has been difference. But Atul, only these three roles exist in ServiceNow. No, there are hundred of roles in ServiceNow. So on Thursday we will have a class, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Get ready for your homework now. Because you have to be read now. You have to do some exercise now. Okay. Any question till this point? Anybody has any doubt, any clarification?
Nope, it's clear.
Okay.
Just
Good, go ahead, Ravish.
the ITIL role, have ITIL role, then you will not be able to delete any record, right?
No, no. ITIL just give you the access to update. But if you have a ITIL underscore admin, and don't think it's a, I'm not saying ITIL admin or ISAM admin. I'm saying ITIL underscore admin, then you can delete as well. So when to I'll try that maybe not tomorrow, Thursday. Thursday I will take you on the user management part, and then we'll create the different users, and then I'll show that how these roles are different with each other. So there's the ITIL, there's the ITIL admin, there's an admin role, and there's a one main role. On the top of that, there's a one more role is available. I forget it's meant or something is there. MAINT something is there. So multiple roles are there. The thing is that how you can know about these things. It's all about practice. It's all about experience. It's all about usage. So I will give you the things. Avi, just coming to you. I give you the areas. I give the direction that okay, go and read these roles because these are important for the reading purpose. But you have to be implement that to see how it's behaving, what is changing. Because in the CSA examination, and if you are planning for the ITSM suite, then the role-based questions are very much important. That is the thing. Yes, Avi, question.
Yeah. So just wanted to check, like for example, if you have the admin role, as you mentioned, that these persons can perform almost anything on the tool. So considering the fact that there are certain roles that ServiceNow provides by default, like out of the box, like ITIL admin.
No, ServiceNow did not provide any role to anybody. It's you have to be decide to whom that role is to be required.
But they're available, like they're available to be provided.
Let's take example. If you purchase a new mobile phone, okay.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you purchase a new mobile phone, you get few apps pre-installed. WhatsApp, Amazon, Netflix,
Yes, yes.
It's up to you. You want to use or not.
Yeah, but they are pre-installed. So ITIL comes like a pre-installed role.
Yes.
Does ServiceNow grants the power to create a custom role also?
Hold it for one more day. We'll come on this.
Okay.
Because this is required. Now I'll give an example. As you open the discussion, let me give a thought and then we'll discuss on the Thursday. Because when we go for the user management, Then I'll give you. Kunal, I'll come to you. Okay, sorry. Okay. The thing is that when a child take a birth, how the relationship gets fixed immediately. He's your father, he's your mother, he's your auntie, he's your chachi, he's your chacha, he's your mummy, and all the things. If anybody, let's say example of Deepak. Okay, if Deepak's sisters and some in-laws came, and then how Deepak introduced his kid to them, he's your masi or auntie or chachi kind of things. It means that is kind of a custom role has been created, which is very far. But to make things easy, Deepak put this role or this relationship in front of his kid that okay, this is your relationship with this particular lady. Yes, you can create, that is the reason we said it is an application platform as a service. And these things, role creation are the configuration, not the customizations. So we'll just hold it for one more day and I'll come you on that part. I'll show you that how to create a new roles and I want you create. Now one more thing. On the top of your question, I'll put one more question. There are mechanisms. If you create a table in ServiceNow, then a table defined role also get created automatically. It's again a custom one. So we will discuss these parts in depth. Okay. Little interesting part. This is ServiceNow architecture. If anybody who is working in ServiceNow, the problem is that which I learned from this training, that if someone say Atul, I want to build a career in ServiceNow, or let's say someone say I'm using ServiceNow for 5 years, 6 years, that's good. But if you ask, do you know the architecture of the ServiceNow? Hey, why you want to be understand architecture? Understand that how incident work, how change work, how problem work. That's all. This is what we are making a trouble for ourselves. We need to be understand that how ServiceNow has been built up actually. My father, when I go to my native as well, sometimes me and my father sit together and just saying that, okay, I have a flat in Pune and all the things will be there. Then my father told me, you know that you're staying in this house in the native place. We see the building in front of our eyes. Like we sit or we stand with our labor class. And I know that which plug, which point, which construction, which pipeline, which sockets they're putting it. I know each and everything. He know the architecture. This is what we have to be understand. If you want, I'm not saying it's about the ServiceNow. You take an example, even though if you can understand the WhatsApp architecture as well, it's very good. Salesforce, Jira, SAP, any tool you pick up. If you are entering in the industry and you are going to be use any tool, the first question should be tell me the architecture of this particular tool, that how it has been built up. Even though it has no relationship with us, nobody is going to be work on these databases and nodes, but still we should know. This what ServiceNow architecture says here, that it is a multi-instance architecture. The screenshot which I pick up, so next 2 or 3 slides, okay, this 3-4 slides, I give you the headlines. There's a PDF available on the Google. You just search with the ServiceNow high availability PDF. Download that and you will get everything in that particular PDF file. It's 6 or 7 pages one. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting. So just go and check that part. What it says multi-instance. This is one of the questions for the CS examination. So yesterday, I guess Avi, you asked, right, that how this training helped in the CSA. In the CSA, I noticed that they're asking these minute things, not the bigger things. They're asking the minute thing, that what type of architecture ServiceNow have. Multi-instance, multi-tier, and both are the different. Multi-tier and multi-instance, both are the different one. So ServiceNow has a multi-instance. What this mean by the multi-instance? It says this is my instance. Now, I'm sure these guys, Pulkit or Priyanka and Ujjwal get confused. Atul, what do you mean by the word instance here? Because people like me, Avi, Deepak, Ashish, we know in the industry we're using it. Instance is something. It is tough to be answered actually. If I say one of the guy put this question on my one of the video as well. Instance means when you are using any website or any of the application and you open the one window, that is an instance for me. Let me show you one example. Let's say I come here, okay, and I put YouTube. Now, if I duplicate it, I have another YouTube. If I duplicate it, I have another YouTube. If I duplicate it, I have another YouTube. Now, what this mean? I have YouTube instances has been open. Application is one, YouTube only, but the instances can be 4 here. This is what the meaning of instance here means. When you want to be used or when you using any application and you open it in the multiple formats, it become an instance. But in ServiceNow world, instance means 3 instances or 3 environmental instances: dev, test, and production. For the time being, let's hold it this discussion for the dev, test, and production. Okay, what is the meaning of this multi-instance? ServiceNow says that I am storing your data in a separate rooms. Room means this room has no relationship with the other room. So let's say this is my instance, Atul instance. This is Deepak instance. This is Ashish instance. Do you see any linking between these three instances? No linking.
No.
Other than some shared hardware. But on the front end, there's no linking. This is what the multi-instance. It means if my instance go down, it doesn't mean that Deepak or Ashish or Ravish or Ravi instance also going down. Not possible. In my practical experience, till the date of the 7 or 8 experience in ServiceNow, I never ever see ServiceNow downtime. Downtime is there. Yes, people reported in the last I guess in the last year, October, November, there were some cases came that ServiceNow was down, but for a few seconds only. So this much they have availability. The purpose of this instance means that up to this level, for your instance, we have a separate application nodes. For your instance, we have a separate database. But the management of this database can be with the shared hardware. Maybe in the same rack they exist. But ultimately, your data is not linking with the other data. So like unless I have the access of Deepak's or Ashish or Ravish Gmail account, I cannot log in their accounts. The same thing exists here. Maybe in practically here Deepak Gmail, here my Gmail. But logically, we're not able to see it. It's bifurcated with this part. This is one of the beauty of ServiceNow, that they provide the multi-instance. Every customer will get their own instance in a separate format like this. Okay, this is. I give you one homework as well for today, and I expect some outputs here. Maybe I can ask the answers tomorrow or maybe some other day. As experienced guy, you need to create a table and differentiate ITSM tool. Let's take example. You can pick up ServiceNow, Remedy, Jira, Autodesk, Service Desk kind of tools and create a table. Which parameters you have to be identified, because this is one of the tasks. As a pre-sales, we have to do that. How my tool is different than your tool. What benefit is giving my tool other than the other tools available in the market? So this task is for every experienced guy here, and your inputs will help to Pulkit, Ujjwal, and Priyanka to learn this part, that how this differentiation has been done. So maybe for you, Pulkit and Ujjwal and Priyanka, you also need to be search on the Google the difference between ServiceNow, Remedy, Jira, and other ITSM tools. And let's understand that what are the parameters you are evaluating it. Okay, this parameter is one of the major parameter in that discussions. Okay, now once we have an understanding of the architecture, now let's come here. ServiceNow data centers. And from here, that question come in my mind. My customer asks, Atul, I don't want that my data should go outside India. Like if I say in the European countries, when this Brexit has been happened and this thing happened, then you cannot support or you cannot take the European or Brexit countries data outside their regions. It means if you're supporting from India, you have to be logged into their environment by the VPN or some authenticated platforms, and then you can support them. Now, this is the point. Now, what this picture indicating, maybe this picture little old, I'm using from the last 4 or 5 batches. You can get that PDF and you can get the latest one. The only thing which ServiceNow releases in 2022, I guess in the beginning of 2022, that they are going to be open 2 new data center in India. One is Bombay and one is the Bangalore. This is what I remember as per my best knowledge. Okay, so now if you see that they have multi-instance architecture, and I'm saying that I did not find any downtime of service now in the last 7 to 8 years, then you can understand how big their data centers are. For every primary, they have a secondary data centers. For every primary, they have a secondary data centers. So like if you say in the US, they have in US Canada, they have approximately 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to support that, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you go EMEA, UK and Germany, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And to support it, they have a 3 secondary data centers. In India, they have a supporting data center. In Brazil, no supporting, only primary data centers are there. Australia, 2 primary, 1 secondary. In Asia, somewhere here, and in Japan, somewhere here. The thing is that why these slides has been coming to the picture, because when you are going for the requirement gathering, and in your requirement gathering, if someone is sitting from the security team, they can ask you this question. Okay, tell me Ashish or tell me Ravish or tell me Deepak, where my data will be residing it. Don't say it is on the cloud. Yeah, I know it's cloud, but where in the cloud? Cloud definitely is in some country, in some city, somewhere it should be stored, right? Where my data will be stored. And I give you the practical example. One of my customer delayed the go live for the 2 months. They are the German customers. Okay, but their primary customers are in the UK only. No, okay, they're the German customer, and when we hosted their instance, it was hosted in the UK. Due to this cities or the I guess country distance, they're facing some latency issue. We investigate, okay, why there's a latency issue. We see our code, everything is fine, scripts, everything is fine, logic, everything is fine. Then we reach out to ServiceNow. That boss, our customer is complaining that they are finding a lot of latency issue. Okay. Then at the conclusion part, we came to know that due to their instance has been hosted in UK and they're sitting in Germany. Okay, in that German side specifically in German region, it is the reason of the latency. Now, when I told this part to my customer, they stick. Please move my instance from UK to Germany. Otherwise, I will not go live. These are the practical scenarios. Sorry, Kunal, I was on the screen sharing. These are the practical scenarios happen. And it's not I'm giving you my stories. It is a true example which I face in my practical things here. So in that case, now the question comes, Atul, is it possible? Yes, it is possible to change the host, but it's not that much easy. That is the reason when I am a service provider selling the ServiceNow instance to some other company or my customer, I should tell them very clearly that your instance will be hosted in this particular region. The first thing, service as per the ServiceNow standards, they try to host the instance near to their location only. If they have a data center, otherwise they put it some other, the closest one they are try to put that part. Yes, Kunal, go ahead.
Hey, Atul, thanks. Atul, can you just move to that slide where you were explaining the instance?
This one or
The
back?
slide number 22. Slide
Okay.
number 22. Yeah. So, Atul, when you were saying that it's a multiple instance, it is that
Multi-instance,
every
not multiple, it's multi-instance.
multi-instance. So, is it that every different clients? Now, I am getting very specific. Suppose there is a client one who has asked for a service now as a service. There is
Right.
a client two who is asked for a service now. So multi-instance means the client one would be having a separate instance for them.
Yes.
Client two,
Yes. Yes.
okay, okay,
So
okay.
if I have 7 or 8 or 9 kids, then everybody needs its own separate house. That is the thing. Every
So,
customer has its own instance. That is
okay,
the benefit.
so if the instance goes down, then what happens?
If one instance go down, that it will be affecting only one customer to whom this instance has been allocated.
So instances are not shared across multiple
No
clients. Okay,
multi-instance. There is no line between these instances.
okay, okay.
There's
Thanks,
no
thanks,
line.
Atul.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, Avi. And Kunal, one more thing. This is also one of the reasons that it is fully secured, because by no way I can enter in client 2 instance until unless someone give me access for the same.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Yes, Avi,
thanks.
go ahead.
Regarding the data centers, right? So basically, you as mentioned that they are primary data centers located across multiple regions. Now, if a customer has a ServiceNow instance that is hosted on ServiceNow own private data centers,
Mhm.
how do they plan disaster recovery
Nice.
activities?
You take my things very seriously actually yesterday. I say that this group should be little advanced and you're asking the next question how it can be taken care. This is what you are be putting here. The transfer and the failover part.
Okay. You have not yet reached here. Okay, no worries.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll take just this one as of now, and then we'll take the next slides in the tomorrow's session. Okay. Now the point is that let's say primary data center has been not responding. How it can reach to the secondary data centers? Practically, if I say I work in a project where we have a BPC sites, that is business BCP sites, business continuity or the disaster recovery sites. Once in a year, we do the testing for that DR sites. And after this exercise has been done, we conclude that in case anything goes wrong in the primary sites, then only 15 or 20% application can work in the DR sites. But still we are maintaining it. But this is not the case of ServiceNow. ServiceNow say no, boss, not. If you see this particular part, and you can see here, in less than 2 minutes, they will fail over and take you the secondary data centers. Less than 2 minutes. So you are only getting a loss of this 2 minutes time only. I know it's if you are a financial client, you are a credit card client, or you are a stakeholder share market client. These 2 minutes can be very huge loss, but this is minimum we have to bear it, and it is less than. In the background, let's say, and this is what the topic I say, advanced high availability architecture. Check this particular text in the goal. You will get a PDF and you will get a complete data in that part. So this is my ServiceNow instance. I am on the data center one. That is my primary one. This is my secondary one. If you see this part, my primary has another database backup as well. Number one part. So if this go down, I still on the primary data center with the backup data center. But if this completely go down, I have a replica in the supporting data center, and also in the supporting data center, I have a backup database as well. So now can you imagine now for one single data, I have a 4 databases. And it is not possible that all the 4 will go down in a single minute or in a same time until unless it's something naturally happen. This is what the ServiceNow connections. And one more thing, all these apps are interconnected. And these are the real-time updates. It's not like after 24 hours a job run. No. It's a real-time updates. The
So
data
if I create a table, it automatically gets updated in all 4 databases.
Yes. So first it will go in the backup and then it will go for the secondary one. Maybe for this they have some duration, but linking is there.
It's 6 seconds
So now
duration.
you're right. So now you can see that how much capability ServiceNow spending or how much investment they're doing in their data centers and their fail and recovery part. This is the another parameter when you're doing the tool differentiation. This is one you have to be considerate. Because customer has these points. Okay, tell me how much time will take for the failover? Less than 2 minutes. How much time will take for the transfer? Only this much. And it's a all quick checks. I'm using ServiceNow for ages now, 7-8 years. I'm sure that I guess I connected with some of you as well. He also in the ServiceNow for a long time. But these things we never know because never we reach up to this level. But it is important for us because when you are a consultant, these questions will be asked in the day one only. Customer can ask and don't think that you're going for a requirement gathering workshop and they will discuss only incident or change or problem. They can ask you anything about the tool because they know you are the expert in this area and they have rights to ask everything where they're stuck. So this is one of the parameters and also these things has been defined in the agreements as well. When I say to my customer, OK, I'm providing you the ServiceNow instance, these things will be agreed. Maybe now Avi has a question. Atul, can we change in these conditions? No, we cannot make any changes in this condition. These are ServiceNow standards. OK. The last one in this area is called the backup and recovery because these backups are created. And again, ServiceNow has 2 backups, full backup and the differential backup. Differential after 24 hours, full backup once in 7 days. This one. And it retained for the 28 days. These conditions can be changed, but it need to be agreed with the ServiceNow. Definitely if you're making a change 7 to 3 or 4 and making 28 to 30 or 40, then definitely ServiceNow will charge some extra on that part because they need to make a special changes for you. The scripting should be updates in according to that part. And definitely in that case, the data will be heavy as well. But generally what ServiceNow practice says, they are using this fundamental only. But they're doing this backup for the production. For the sub-production like dev and test, it is mainly on the primary data center, not on the secondary one. But yes, production will be on the both part on this way. So now you're completely safe. So one database, you have another backup. And for this, you have another one and you have another backup. This is what all about the ServiceNow architecture. What we need to be understand ServiceNow backup data centers kind of things we need to be discussed with them. Yes, question, Kunal.
Atul, when you said the backup is stored for the next 28 days, so can you just explain the scenario? Means my database is on primary data center. It is having one backup, and is it 28 days is the limit for the secondary data center to keep it as a backup, or
Yes.
how is it?
Yes. So now let me give the example. Let in the Skype, okay, we are recording everyday session. Okay, let me tell you as well. These recordings, if you see here, these recordings will be available for the next 30 days. So this has been recorded on the 9th of January. So 9th of February, this recording you cannot access. It will be removed by Skype automatically. It's not done by me, it's Skype only. So same thing, ServiceNow says that I will keep your 28 days backup with me. Now I'm not sure about one thing. If you have anybody in understanding can tell me. There are mechanisms you can archive the data as well. Not sure that how this archiving and the backup work hand in hand. I never work on that, but in recently there's a one case has been done in my assignment where my customer says we need to archive 6 months change data so that they can create the reports and they can present in the audits part. Okay, need to be see that how practically it's work. Is there any relationship between backup and the archive or not? But as per ServiceNow, only 28 days data they keep it. It means if you requesting a data of 13th of December, today you can access, but tomorrow you cannot access because 20 days will be over. You will get
So,
good.
so Atul, I'm failed to understand. So if in my database the data would be available for 28 days, then how we are able to pull the data for the past 6 months, 10 months?
This is
Or
what this is what I have still the things in my mind that how this thing work, archiving and the backup work together. Is some other mechanism or some other way to do that part. So if before I say anything here, I need to be search on that part that how this work together. So give me some time.
Atul, you're saying the historical data that we are able to extract for a longer duration that comes from the archives, not from the backup.
Backups, right?
Okay. I always assumed it's from the backup. So yeah,
No,
this is something new to me as well.
There are the archive tables in ServiceNow from where you can get this data. But definitely the question is, Avi, that archive also somewhere in the data backup only, right?
Yes, yes, they should be.
There should be, right? So it means there is some mechanism between archive and this particular thing, which I need to be figured out. Let me take this work on me and we'll try to be get answer on some Googling and some other things.
Sure.
Okay. Any other doubt? Anybody else before we close the recording? Yes, go ahead, Mohammed.
Atul, what is the difference between like a differential backup and full backup?
Okay, so I'll give you example. You are using WhatsApp, right? Every day, WhatsApp take the backup, right?
Right.
Right. It is a full backup from the day one till today. It's a full backup. So if the last, it's a differential backup. So last a backup has been done yesterday, and today you are taking a backup. It is a differential backup. So the difference of days only. From
okay, daily basis backup.
Yes,
Right.
and full backup means the day you install ServiceNow or start using ServiceNow till the date it's a full backup.
Okay, and some other questions as well. Like you said, ServiceNow is an APaaS, right?
Yes.
And what are the examples of SaaS and PaaS?
SaaS and PaaS. So platform as a service, like you can use ServiceNow and you can build your own applications. Okay. Like when we go for the table creation, I'll tell you, okay, can you guys create a parking kind of a stuff for me, or can you create a student attendance for me, or can you take a class test for me, kind of class test application for me. So that is platform you're using. You're just using the ServiceNow functionality and building your own application. When I say application as a service, it means I'm just using ServiceNow, which is given to me. I'm just putting my user records, my group data, and using as it is, not making any changes or not updating or not creating anything on the with the help of this particular application.
Okay.
But nowadays companies are using it as an application platform as a service because there's a lot of demand from the different customers. They want a lot of new things should be available in ServiceNow. So companies are doing that part. So when we go for this table creation, then you will understand these things in a better manner, Mohammed.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Go ahead, Neha.
Yeah, so Atul, I'm not sure if my question is valid or not, but if we are setting up an instance for a customer, what is the criteria to allocate a particular data center? Like if the customer is located in Germany and the data center is in US or is in UK, how?
No. It's ServiceNow decide. As I say that they will host the instance in the closest data center.
Okay, so there will be an agreement between ServiceNow and the customer?
Yes, yes, yes. Between ServiceNow, you and your customer.
Okay,
That guys, this is what. So I am just a middleman in between.
correct. Yeah.
Okay. I get a customer. I ask ServiceNow, hey, this person want to be use ServiceNow. Can you give an instance? Okay. How much you charge? I'll charge this much amount. Okay. Done. Deal done. Now ServiceNow is out of the picture, and now I'm providing service to the everything. If anything required from ServiceNow perspective, then I will go and talk to ServiceNow. Hey, I'm facing this issue. Can you help me on that part? So that is the thing. But hosting, backups, recovery, failover, data centers is these all things are openly discussed between ServiceNow sales team, you and the customer. That we are hosting at this particular place. This is the recovery time. This is the recovery period. This is the differential full backup. This is this backup. This is the roles I'm giving to you guys as a there's a separate roles available. Some security roles are there. So I'm giving the role to these guys. This is the email configuration server. This is your approval server kind of things. So
Do they have edge locations also, Atul?
sorry?
Edge locations, like generally in Azure and Amazon.
No idea on that part.
Okay.
No idea. Basically, that you're saying for the computing perspective, right?
Yes.
No idea on that. But maybe in the data center somewhere, you in the documents of the data centers you get something. But as of now, I have no idea on that part.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay then. No other question. Let me take a break here and we'll stop the recording. Take a quick attendance now.